Yes, it certainly is, Ray, and we missed him when he stopped doing the Crucible, and today just makes it that much more sad that we won't be seeing David again, but great memories. So the players just getting ready now to come out. They'll shake hands. Ricky Walden won that Shanghai Masters, and the list was endless who he beat, but more importantly he beat Mark Selby in that tournament 6-4. So will that have any bearing, you think, this evening, Willie?
I think the biggest bearing, in fairness, John, is the fact that Mark Selby's coming here as defending champion. He's the hunted now rather than the hunter, so it'll be interesting to see how he plays. He said in his pre-match interview he wasn't too disappointed with his season thus far, but the fact he's lost in 2 first-round matches, a little bit of improvement's needed. Provisionally down to number 9 in the world, albeit started this year at number 4. This is not a ranking event, obviously it's an invitation event. Ricky Walden, I've been impressed with him, John, for quite a number of years. This is what he's faced with on the opening break. He's got choice of reds down the right-hand side and the left-hand side, neither of which he can get onto a colour nicely. That's the reason he's played the safety. Tough one to call, but I'd just favour Selby because it's here at Wembley.
There's the arena, the Wembley Arena. I suppose in the playing area it's very similar to the conference centre, which is no longer used. But they're looking forward. This is a very interesting match. I agree, I think you'd just favour Mark Selby if he produced the snooker that he was producing last season, but so far, although he didn't seem to be too disappointed, I think he'd be a little bit concerned. Started off the season world ranked number 4, but provisionally down to number 9, so he's not been having the best of results.
Got to be a little bit careful on the red on the left-hand side cushion, not making a cannon on that on the way back. That's the reason he's played it very thin, to avoid that cannon, and played it nicely. Very fast, these tables, as you can see there. Didn't hit that particularly hard. Good safety, that.
Caught the safety much too thick. Wanted the baulk cushion, barely reached the baulk line. So first chance to Mark Selby, and a type of ball, if you can knock in, a confidence booster. And now just having a look there, so pink and black are not available, so I'll have to screw back for the blue. Oh, couldn't have hit that better. Absolutely sweet as a nut.
Depends on whether the reds pot to the left of the black, to whether he'll play the blue onto one of those loose reds. The middle one pots, because the black's available in the right hand corner, not in the left, but he hasn't got much of a gap there, has he, to get into, so I don't think he'll be playing that. We'd like to have an angle on this red to move the red away from the left of the black and beyond the black, but it looks like he might be a little straight to play that.
6.
Well, the angle's there, he can play it. I think the black pot's in the corner. It must do, but is he on it? Didn't play that very well. It's tight, but he thinks it's potable, and he will be bringing another red into play.
$14. 15.
He likes to keep the table clean there. You saw Mark Selby just brush away the chalk on the table. When he used to play against Cliff Thorburn years ago, John, it was like a ploughed field. After about 2 frames against Thorburn, there was chalk marks everywhere.
Yeah, and he was a dragger as well, Cliff, wasn't he? He didn't pick his hand up. Some players, when they put the bridge hand down, when they played the shot, they should pick it up, but they drag it back. Finger marks everywhere. Well, that was always risky to play for the pink. But he might just about be on it. But he can't do a lot with the cue ball. Very close to the pink.
We've seen a couple of these played this week, John, where they've jabbed at him and the ball's not reached the pocket. This is close enough for that to happen, isn't it?
Mm. All depends what you have to do with the cue ball. If it's just well, he's striking down here, maybe able to screw back and just play on a red.
Didn't you think that was a foul shot, John?
Well, the referee is there. I'd like to have another look at it. I've got to be honest with you.
Maybe not.
Well, I couldn't detect a double hit, so.
He's a little bit unlucky, actually. The pink spot's covered by the white, and of course the pink's gone near its own spot, behind its own spot, and snookered him for the red. He would have been on nice and easy. So he maybe snookered virtually on all reds here. Yeah, it's a good call from Michaela, because watching it live, I thought it was a foul, but watching it in slow-mo, I didn't think it was. So once again, every credit to Michaela.
Let's have a look.
27.
No, there was no double hit there.
Very good referee. Undoubtedly the best looking. Well, not difficult, is it? My Jan Verhaas is alright.
Mark Selby, 27.
Yeah, the problem was when he got so close to pink, as we said, he couldn't do a lot with the cue ball. But it's not a straightforward safety. The problem is with this, if you try to play, if he went just past the yellow and tried to get back to baulk, there's a chance that red on the right hand side of the table may be a blocker to stop the cue ball. So if he's going to play thin off those 2 reds just past the yellow, he needs to catch him thin. This is not a straightforward safety.
Yes, he played this shot a little earlier, didn't he? And played it nicely. Not only got to miss the red, got to miss the jaws of the middle pocket as well. He's done that nicely.
Yeah, I think when you get in those situations, okay, we always say it's nice to finish near the baulk cushion. He was just happy to get it back to the baulk end, and I don't blame him. Well, has the yellow or blue come to his rescue? Or is there a gap? Well, I think the blue's just stopping him getting to the potting angle. Having said that, he's coming down having a look. Does he feel if he uses a trace to the right hand side on the cue ball, he can bend it round the blue? I don't think he can do it with outside. The problem is, when you play with this, if you use a lot of right-hand side, the initial reaction when you use a lot of right-hand side, it will push the cue ball to the left. So he's got to be careful with the yellow. I think thinks he can. Oh no, couldn't bend it round. So just playing the containing safety.
Well, that's the first chance that Ricky Walden had a chance to get his hand on the table, so he'll be taking this one on. He can screw back for the blue. Can play it as a shot to nothing, so he can play it quite confidently. Absolutely dead straight, isn't it, this? And that'll check off the cushion, so this is half a chance for Mark Selby. Already leads by 27.
Yeah, straight shot early on in the match, missable, but Mark Selby was a little bit fortunate there. He was just running off and Cannon the brown almost full in the face to leave that chance. You don't want to do that too often in this match. Ricky Walden's a terrific potter.
1.
Well, he's a little bit thin on the blue than he would have liked. Still play the blue, probably play the Cannon here. It's the only way really he can hold the cue ball. Well, I think he's been unlucky there. I mean, okay, he didn't play with a lot of pace, so maybe he wasn't entitled to bring a lot of balls into play, but I looked at one side, looked like he'd got a red on, I looked at the other, another red crept in the way. So you could say this is 2 chances he's had, and he's only got 33 points.
Yes, and if he's going to play the safety, it's quite easy to play twice across as long as you miss the blue to get in behind brown and yellow, but you'll be leaving the red on the left-hand side, so this safety is not straightforward. And that's the reason he's played what we call a containing safety. Didn't want to risk leaving that red at distance. I'm surprised he played that, though. Not very aggressive.
Yeah, I'm very surprised. I mean, he'd certainly give Ricky a chance here to play a lot better safety shot than that. I mean, he's put no pressure on Ricky Walden whatsoever. In playing this red, he could even run it into the red that's the one closest to the pocket, just to disturb it and not leave it near the pocket. Oh, well. Well, is the brown coming to his rescue? No, it's not. Oh, it is. It's amazing from our position. I didn't think you could get through to that red. He can certainly get through to the one to the right, but tight on the cushion. Good cueing needed.
Needs this white to speed up a little bit to cover that red, otherwise this will be the first real good opportunity for Ricky if he can get through to the red, which I think he can.
Once again, we see the advantage of getting that cue ball tight under the baulk cushion.
Yeah, the fact that he can't impart a little bit of left-hand side on, but he'd like to, that's the reason he's queuing down on this. He wants to get close to the black rather than leave it near the cushion. Decided that it was too risky to play for the black. A lot of players would have definitely played for the black there. But he's played it nicely. Yeah, we can show you the little angle on the black now. He could have played on and off the cushion to get onto the black, but decided to play out for the brown. Well, we'll know now whether the black pots, because it's going to be tough to get onto any other colour bar the black from the position he's left this red. That wasn't the best shot he's played on the brown. This is where I thought he could have just bounced on and off the cushion to finish just about there, but the way he played it, I'm not too sure whether the black would pot, but he played up for the brown. That's what I thought he'd play to finish there. And as usual, it was on. This is a tough one to play. It's very easy to miss cue when you're playing this kind of shot, when you're digging down to screw back. You need to screw back about 18 inches at least. Well, maybe the black's a little bit tighter than we thought. That's, once again, he's gone up for baulk colour.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's the type of play. If you got the cue ball perfect, but the red and the black are close together, so maybe you was mistaken for once, Willie.
The black goes easy, John. I don't know what you were talking about.
It does now. That was an excellent shot from
10.
Ricky, and he's brought the black into play, as you say. And I suppose a little unlucky he didn't bring the pink into play, but he won't be too bothered about that. 23 points behind. There's enough open reds and the blue on the spot to do a lot of damage in this frame now. Yeah, he's a nice player to watch, Ricky Walden, and he gets on with it.
He only had a quick glance at the blue. Now the blue to me looks like it's a nice angle just to play this just slow drop onto the two reds together. You know, and sometimes you can use reds to stop you going in and out. The brown is going to have to play with a lot of topspin, a lot of cue ball movement needed. So he's not going to get close to a red here unless he hits it really well. Yes, he couldn't get close to a red. I'm surprised he didn't risk the blue there. That wasn't the best.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. And
15.
he'd be looking, if he could get past the blue to the red to the left corner, okay. He wouldn't want to play the right hand red of the three in the middle of the table to the right corner, because then he's running into other reds.
Well, he didn't play into the pink, he played to get onto the blue, but if the pink still pots, it's not too bad. But this was the one I was talking about, John. Do you think the angle on the blue there to drop on the two reds? That's the shot he played on the brown.
Yeah, it was thin on the blue, and maybe he thought he was just putting a little bit too much pace into the cue ball. But Hawkeye said if it had hit the red, it'd have stopped dead. Good shot, Hawkeye.
Yeah, I thought it was on. He didn't glance at it very quickly.
Well, I don't think the cue ball would have stopped dead, though, do you?
Might have run through an inch.
An inch?
Well, he's got to decide now whether it's worth taking the chance of the pink. If the pink passes the blue, it might be worth taking it on. If it doesn't pass the blue, the safety shot's the shot.
Thank you.
Well, he's playing the green, so the safety shot is the shot he's playing.
Typical first frame.
Ricky Walden, 16.
Tense affair. Neither player wanting to take any undue risk. Can't blame them. It's always good to get that first frame under your belt.
There is a shot to nothing on here, but he's going to have to play with a little bit of right-hand side to avoid the kiss on the two reds going back into baulk, and in doing that, brings the middle pocket into the equation, so he's got to be a little bit careful with this shot. The in-off is on in the middle if he plays this with the right-hand side. Yeah, it's not too bad. Head on the thin side to make sure he got the white back into baulk.
Well, that's what Mark Selby's looking at, and not an easy return to baulk. That is the main thing to notice. Maybe playing the pot here. No, playing cushion first. Well played. Just a containing safety, but well worked out.
Well, that's a great pace because the red has gone safe. Don't know how close the two reds are to a plant, obviously nowhere near, otherwise he'd have already played it, but the reason I'm mentioning that is because that's the only red easily he can get back into baulk, because he misses the kiss on the black. Yeah, it can be made if you were near the middle pocket, but not from there.
That's another way he could go off that red. He's just got to be careful. He catches it thin enough to miss the pink. Pink's the danger ball for me there. No, but not bad. A little bit thicker than he needed to be, but at least he got it back to the baulk end.
Well, has he been tempted? He's going to have to screw back into baulk if he is. He's queuing down on this. He's blessed with a very good cue action, gets through the ball very well. This needs to be hit perfectly. Oh, doesn't want to kiss on the white. Well, if it kissed it full ball, the white would have been back at this end. So he's had a result there, and the hand to Mark Selby shows that he realises he has a bit of form. Just put his hand up to acknowledge he was a little bit fortunate there.
Yeah, and I always feel with that shot that if you're going to play it, you know, try and just concentrate on screwing back just a couple of feet. Once you try to screw back in the baulk, you make the red almost impossible at that pace. Oh, good shot this, and a good length.
It's strange, isn't it, how many times you have first frames that become a little bit scrappy. Ricky's obviously got the slight advantage, the fact that he played on this table yesterday. Mark Selby's coming in here cold, as it were. So he doesn't mind a slow frame because he's getting used to all the bounces off the cushions and the speed of the table. Ricky already knows the speed.
Well, from the moment he hit the cue ball there, it didn't look as though it was ever going to hit the red. Don't think there's any shot for Mark, so I'll have it replaced. What makes it imperative on this shot to catch it thin? If you catch it a little bit too thick, there's every possibility you could catch the pink on the way back.
Okay, Mark.
It's amazing how when a ball's close to a cushion, if you hit it just a little bit too thick, how it'll swing wide. You wouldn't think he could catch the pink off two cushions, but he will if he catches it too thick. played it well. Not the best of lengths, but looks to be pretty safe. Well, there you go. You see, that red is possible into the left corner, but those two reds just to the right of it are unavoidable. He'd have to kiss into them, and to take a red on with no certainty of it being a shot for nothing, it's very risky. So just a safety. Well, and a poor one. A very poor one. Much too thick. Well, I'm not certain that's what he had in mind, but he's on this black. I mean, he'd be thinking he'd be on the green anyway, but I think his intention was to stun around those reds and leave himself a choice of pink or blue. But as long as he's got a slight angle on this black, he doesn't have a lot to do with the cue ball. Just pot the black and just the pace. I'm not saying it's a frame winning chance just yet. He's 13 points behind, the red on the right hand side of the table, the red on the left hand side of the table. There are obstacles he has to overcome.
Nine.
It's getting rid of this red, obviously gives him plenty of more room now. The red that John mentioned is going to be a stumbling block. It can be kissed out off the black if he wants to get onto the black on that side of the table. Can't do it
15.
this time. I'd be, in my mind here, John, I'd want to play the next red to kiss the red out. I'd leave myself a 3/4 ball red, play red into red and be on pink or blue or green, because playing it off the colour, you've only got the one chance.
Yeah, somewhere in the circle would be nice, wouldn't it? To play that shot you're suggesting, Willie. Although Eddie Charlton,
22.
the great Australian player, always say never try to develop a red when potting a red. And the reason he'd say that is because you're not certain to be good on the colour. Let's see.
Well, we can have a few quid on this, John, if you can avoid the kiss on the red.
Oh, I agree that's what he's played, but is he going to be on the colour?
23.
Stick with me, John, I'll cover you in diamonds, son.
Yeah, the problem is he's playing it so hard that he's knocked the red away from the cushion, but further down the other cushion, so the red's not in an easy possible position.
Gone astray. We won't be winning the frame at this visit now.
28.
And the safety's not going to be easy.
Well, what's he playing here? Well, it's straight enough, and I suppose it could pop, but the odds of not playing a push shot surely are So it's on he's got to play. Remember a push shot, if the tip of the cue is in contact with the cue ball and object ball at the same time, he's playing a Grand Massey. We call it a Grand Massey when you don't put your hand on the table, but surely that's a bit ambitious, isn't it? Okay, we'll be keeping a close eye on you.
Ricky Walden, 28.
Well, it's not bad, but he's left the chance of this red. He was so close to the red, it was very hard to get the distance he wanted. He'd have loved to have knocked the red past the blue, but he couldn't do that. So here we go, this red does cut. And it goes now. What's the position like on a colour? Not great. You'd think the green, but as you can see, getting from green to be good on that awkward last red is a big ask.
Yeah, anywhere past the baud line with a cue ball would be a good shot. He is blessed with a very good cue action, Mark Selby. He does get through the ball nicely. Let's see how far he can get this cue ball past the baud line to make the red a little easier. Yeah, not too bad. Needs it to slow up though. Doesn't want to be behind the blue. Oh, put the lean in.
4. Mark Selby, 4.
Well, he could not have played that better. If he'd have picked it up and put the balls with his hand, he wouldn't have picked a better place than that. Excellent shots. And even though Ricky Walden's 3 points in front, at the moment, he's second favourite for this frame.
Yes, hit the middle pocket's in the way for the natural angle for the two cushion escape. So he's going to have to probably play a little swerve shot to make the angle. One cushion's not on because yellow's in the way. One cushion off the other side cushion, black and brown, are in the way. So this is tough, as you rightly say, John. He couldn't have put it better by hand, could he?
No. And I agree with you, the middle pocket's in the way. You could come off one cushion, but you could come in the natural way. There's only half the red, so if he tries to come off two cushions, he's got to really dig in.
You'd be worried about leaving the free ball, John, wouldn't you, playing two cushions? Because if it goes by the red and the brown, you've left the free ball.
Oh, if you play it with any pace, you're asking for trouble if you don't hit it. But if we were to look at the natural angle to go to hit the red, then you can see that you can only get to half of that red because of the yellow. Now, you wouldn't want to risk playing it that way. And of course, if you caught the red thin on the left-hand side, you'd be knocking it towards the corner pocket. If the yellow wasn't there, it'd be simple.
I think I'd almost be wanting to play that one cushion and play it slow and just hope you didn't catch the red half ball. If you catch it thin, you get away with it. But if you knock it towards the pocket, that's the problem. But he's going to play it at pace. This is dangerous. Oh, that's very good. He deserves to get away with it, but probably not to get the snooker as he left the pot.
Well, he just about hit the red now. Ricky had a close look. Mark's having a close look, so it's not straightforward to get past the pink. Looks to me as though he can get past. Let's have a look. With the trace, yeah. It's all about fractions, isn't it? If that cue ball had run another inch further into the middle of the table, this pot would not have been on.
We mentioned the word trace there for viewers who just means a little bit of left-hand side, just to turn the red over. If he hits it full in the face, he'd probably hit the left-hand jaw, so you're just going to try and turn it over a tad. And it's hit the left-hand jaw, so not enough left-hand side. Is this potable? Ricky's demeanour tells me it's not.
I was surprised that. The trouble is, if you put a tracer side on these tables and you hit it a little bit harder, then it doesn't take. But is it Mark Selby's turn to have a result? I think he's struggling to get through to the potted angle, otherwise he'd have played it by now. He's playing a swerve, he's playing with bags of right hand side. And he's managed the pot. I wouldn't say he's imperfect on the green, but the ball's in his court, so to speak. Yeah, you see the difference there. He played it a lot slower and allowed for the side to just bend it round. And now the green's gone in. If he's straight on the yellow, and he appears to be, well, he's just off straight the wrong side. If he plays a run through, will be kissing to the brown. Can he miss the brown? He could just. 9 points in front. Green, brown and blue for the first frame.
Nine.
He looks to be a little bit reluctant to screw back and get onto the blue in the middle in case he snookers himself behind the pink, so he maybe leave the blue at distance into one of the corners. Looks like he can just. I'd be playing to screw into the pink, and if you miss the pink, you're fine. But he's decided to play it onto the corner, and that's a bad shot. Didn't you used to play that, John? Like use the pink as your target, play the screw into the pink. Short, you're okay. Long, you're okay. Hit the pink, you're okay.
I suppose the downside and things that come into your mind are unbelievable. You could have hit the pink and maybe snookered yourself, but he could have left this blue straighter, and then you wouldn't have fancied him missing it. It's blue for the frame. And in it goes.
18.
So a scrappy frame. Say it so many times on first frame of matches, but looks like Ricky Walden's done enough. Mark Selby, our defending champion, needing 2 snookers now. Well, all depends on Mark Selby now whether he decides to play on, and he is going to do. I can only assume because it's the first frame, 2 snookers with just pink and black on the table. Well nigh impossible. The reason I say well nigh impossible is because not only you've got to get a snooker, you've got to make it that difficult that your opponent can't hit it. Nice to see Ray Stubbs back, Willie, after his experience at the darts. I suppose you could be our Ted Hankey, couldn't you, really, when I think about it?
Actually, if Ted had a moustache, he wouldn't look too bad, would he?
No, I like the darts, enjoyed it. It was a good tournament. Not certain about the bling sling, but there you go. I can see it now. Count Willie Thorne. Well, I just had a look at the potting angle. As I say, very little chance of Mark Selby getting back in this frame and just knocking this pink in. And that's it. So the first frame goes to the man from Flint. He leads 1-0.
Thank you. Second frame, Ricky Walden to break.
Well, after that scrappy first frame, I'm sure that we're going to get a little bit more exciting snooker. Another 30 break in that frame, so neither player settled as yet. Could have gone either way that first frame.
Well, he's not firing on all cylinders just yet, isn't the defending champion. Looks a pretty good safety, this. But there is a chance here of a pot, and it could be played as a shot for nothing. That's the one there. Much too thick. But at least he got the cue ball back to the baulk end and not in the baulk pocket.
Well, this is really tough to get back to baulk. At first glance, the only red I can see him getting back into baulk, the one two away from the black on the right. Play that thin, you can see it thin, but that's a really tough shot to take on. He's going to miss the red near the blue spot on the way back if he plays that. I think that's the one he's going to play, so he's going to miss that kiss on the red that's right near the blue spot. That one just there, and he's played it really well. Unlucky to catch the blue.
No attempt at the pot there, obviously too thin, but at the moment neither player really getting a grip, and I mean that in the sense that neither player is really putting the other one under pressure with good safety. Although, having said that, that's pretty good. Not a bad shot. Was it just crept on far enough to stop Ricky getting past the green? I think it has, yes, just. The one in the middle of the table is certainly possible. It goes past the one near the right corner pocket. And with that one being near the right corner pocket, maybe he'll play the pot on this. Stun over to the right hand side of the table. Would he be leaving much? I'm just thinking, well, if he plays the red to the right corner, stuns over near that circle, it could be pretty safe.
Yeah, like it. Shot to nothing, but it's one of those, John, if you catch it thick, the white gets nowhere near that side cushion, doesn't it? So he's got to hit it nicely.
Well,
Oh, goodness me. Where did that
I don't know, but nowhere near the circle.
That was unbelievable, that shot.
For the way he got through that.
Well, that's the best shot I've seen here this week so far. And he covered the red up with the brown. Shot to nothing.
Yeah, shot to nothing. That's one place I wouldn't have put the circle. It'd been like spot the ball, really, wouldn't it, to find that one? But that's what this young man's capable of, that shot there. He really got himself out of a hole. Look at that. The backspinning imparted on that cue ball. Of course, what was lovely as well was the sound of that red hitting the back of the pocket. That lovely sound.
Well, I know it's very, very risky, but there's a bit of value playing into the bunch here where the blue is, because he could bring the pink into play. Well, the black pots, I didn't think the black pot is from there.
4.
Goodness me, it looks surrounded, doesn't it? Well, you can get a bust through there, John.
Well, I think it's one of those blacks you'd like to have been straight on. The fact that you're slightly off straight makes this black missable. But I think he only has to roll it in, you know. I think he'll just drop onto the red just below the black. Oh, well, has he run through far enough? Can he pot this red to the left corner when the black goes back on its spot? That is the question.
11.
I would say yes, because he's looking at what he wants to play for. And there you see, he can just get through to it.
12. $60.
Yes, getting rid of this red gives him plenty of room to work now around the black spot, and he'd be disappointed if he doesn't get 40 or 50 points from here.
.24.
Doesn't appear to have a great angle on this red to better hold. He needs to kiss this red full ball to stay on the black. The way he's queuing down on it, the cue ball could run away slightly. Yeah, he's trying to pinch a bit there. You see, he was trying to be too greedy.
24.
He knows that was a good chance gone astray.
Yeah, just a fraction out, but it's no good sacrificing the pot for position.
1.
Now we're looking for something here from Mark Selby. Hasn't got lift off just yet.
Eight. Nine.
Now the red in the middle is on. I think he'd probably play for the one on the cushion there, because
16.
playing at the line he did. If he'd played for one in the middle, I think he'd have played with less side. He took it slightly away from that, and that's the reason he's hampered queuing. Remarkable season last year, Mark Selby. I've said on commentary many times, along with Joe Perry, undoubtedly the two most improved players in the game. And this young man is now capable of winning any tournament he plays in. That's a good shot.
17.
Yeah, striking down as he was, and good pots and nice control of the cue ball.
.24.
Still has the loose red at the bottom of the pack, so even if he finishes straightish on the black, he should be able to get onto that one. But he'd like to have a good angle on this next black. Scores are now level, and this is a good chance to take the frame at this visit. Ideally, like to finish low on the next red, so he can bring a few reds into play. The match is starting to take shape now. Both players have settled down a bit now, and now playing at a decent pace. And the average shot time is huge because they've been playing so much safety. Usually these players are around 20-25 seconds. You can see that Selby's at 28, Walden at 33, which is very slow, but there's been a lot of safety played in this game. He hasn't left the angle to bring reds into play, so the angle on the next black is imperative.
33.
Deep screw, left hand side.
40.
Has he run far enough? Little shake of the head. He hasn't. And that's just sums up this match so far. We're only in the second frame, so you know, things will settle down, players will get in a rhythm, but at the moment they're just a fraction out in the position, a few pots that are being missed. You'd be disappointed to break down so early. Hello. Ooh.
Mark Selby, 14.
Well, that's going to slow this frame down a bit. With that red being near the far left corner pocket. A little bit of cat and mouse is going to come up now.
Yeah, that red in baulk has caused this little bit of cat and mouse now, so it could be another slowish frame.
Well, can't see a re-rack here. Touching ball may help. Well,
Touching ball.
well it proves he hit it anyway. Well, surely he's going to have to try and come off the side cushion now, and just depends how close he is to the other one. I'm just wondering if he could sort of come off the side cushion and try and nestle in behind the black. If not, just roll it. The most dangerous red is the one up near the blue. The one to the right middle isn't dangerous if you leave the cue ball near the cushion. But if you come off the side cushion and try and get behind the black, you cover the possibility of just nestling into them. Now that needs to run on a bit. Oh, I don't think he's even covered the one in the far end of the table, has he? Maybe he has just. And he hasn't. Well, that's careless.
Needs the white to pull up, and it has done. So he has a choice here. He can either flick a few more reds into play, or play for the one in the middle. The cannon into the bunch is the one to free the pink, because if he gets the cannon on that one, half ball, full ball, he'll be on 2 or 3 reds. He hasn't played it great, but he has brought a couple of reds into play.
8.
Yeah, I think the main reason he concentrated in on the left-hand side of that cluster as we look is because he thought then if the cue ball finished on the left-hand side of the table, he'd still have the red to the right middle, and he was correct. And that's not far off of plans, is it? Those 2 reds just below the pink.
Nine.
He's going to need at least 2 of those reds that are behind the pink, so this frame is still live at the moment. Ideally, would have liked to get onto the black off this last red, but the angle he's got now, he can't get onto it, so he's going to have to leave either half ball yellow or half ball
13.
green. I think the red at the back of the 3 will pot into the left-hand corner.
14.
Yeah, and there's also that plant that's still there. Well, as you say, Willie, the back one will go, but I'd rather play for the plant. There's a little gap between the 2 reds, so it shouldn't be too difficult to make, you wouldn't have thought.
We've mentioned many times on commentary that Mark Selby is
16.
a former world 8-ball pool champion, and there's a lot more plants played in pool than there is in snooker. You would expect him to get this one.
Just black, 1 more red, and he's levelled.
Yes, the match is just starting to take off now. Both players have had plenty of table time. Usually very proficient in the break building department, so I'd expect both players to start to play well
25.
from now on in.
$32. 33.
Just waiting for the yellow to be replaced.
35. 37.
Having a little bit of fun with Michaela there, but getting the ball spotted as quickly as possible. Both players would like the game to open up a little bit. Nobody likes to
40.
play like this. He'll have to go in and out of the top end of the table to get back for the blue, though. Here,
Exhibition shot here.
Yeah, absolutely, exhibition shot.
$44.
Not quite hard enough, so blue to pink's going to be tough.
$49.
So a little bit of normality
55.
has arrived in this match now. Mark Selby got his cue action going. No breaks in the first game from Walden, but breaks of 40 and 62 now from Mark Selby. Has taken his frame quite convincingly, and he levels the scores at 1-all.
Thank you. Frame 3. Mark Selby to break.
Well, he's got the snooker on all reds. Always a little bit fortunate when the balls finish up like that. But I think he's snookered on all reds, yeah, and Hawkeye confirms it. So it's just a case now from Ricky Walden's point of view, find a red he can lay on to leave it safe. That would have been one way, but it looks like he's playing the one cushion to rest this cue ball down at the bottom. But that to me is dangerous, Willie, because he's bound to leave a red to the right middle. I don't see any value in that shot whatsoever. Well, obviously that red didn't go, so I'm sorry, Ricky. I thought you'd made a mistake there. It wasn't as bad as we first thought. I was beginning to wonder why he played the shot, but obviously that's why he did. Can't see everything from our position here in the crow's nest.
Yes, it's gone a bit scrappy again, John, hasn't it? Black's gone safe, pink's gone safe. So the game has yet to become an open match.
Well, he's had a result. Well, yes, he has had a result, to be honest with you, because Ricky Walden loved to be playing that red to the left middle. A shot you fully expect Mark Selby to get, and as I say, that red to the left middle, he'd have loved that. Just stun it in for the blue.
One.
I'm not happy with the contact, but when you're trying to swing a ball like that, it's not easy. As I say, if he'd been able to get to the red to the left middle, it'd have been a lot easier to get good position on the blue.
Six. Seven.
Still very, very difficult to score at the moment. He needs to get onto the blue at some stage and play the cannon into the two reds above the black, hoping to bring the black into play. That's what the top players would be thinking of already.
12.
Now I just wonder whether he's going to try and risk bringing the black into play. I don't know whether you can see the yellow. It'd be easier to play off the yellow.
Well, you'd like to think he could hit the yellow, because I don't think he's got the angle to play it off the blue. I'm sure he played for the yellow, but he's having to play the blue. Now, it's not the type of shot you'd like to play here to try and bring the black
18.
into play, unless you were absolutely inch perfect on this red and play a run through, but you'd have to hit the join between the red and the black, and I don't think that's on. Once again, I think he was thinking yellow or blue, but he's having to settle for green or brown.
Yes, as yet he's not left the angle on yellow or blue to play some sort of cannon. He's not going to win the frame at this visit without doing that.
$23. 24.
Now he has got the angle. I know it's risky, but you've got to play the cannon for me from blue on the red above the black. He's just looking now with his cue what line he'd need the white to take. And you play this a bit pacey, just to clear the area, that's all. You're not going to win the frame just on blues and yellows, so there's plenty of value in playing this cannon.
Yeah, if he played that, he could bring the black into play, couldn't he? Ooh, I'd have played it with just a touch more pace, wouldn't you? Well,
absolutely. A lot more pace. And what he has done is left himself a little bit more room for the next 3 reds, 3 colours, but if he gets 3 reds, 3 blues, 18, 47 in front, he's still going to have to play another cannon. So when you get the angle, you've got to play it.
well, as you say,
30.
particularly, that cue ball needs to slow up. And the way he's walking around the table has just stopped in time to leave him a shot at the yellow. But yeah, particularly with the pink being out of commission and the black out of commission, he's going to do well to win this frame with the reds as they are and blues.
32. 33.
See, once again he could have played that a little bit firmer. You think you've got to clear the path. It's okay playing these little kisses, but you've got to make a little bit of room.
$39.
This shows you how difficult it is, isn't it, to make a break. This break's been going on for some 6.5 minutes. He's had to work off just blue and bought colour. So another go at throwing the black.
$44.
Oh, black's 3, but there's no red. He was playing to kiss the black there, not the red. If he pieced the black full ball just to nudge it away, he'd have been on the choice of 2 reds. You can see his disappointment.
Got a 44-point lead. Don't want to do anything silly really and give a free opportunity to his opponent to get right back in the frame, but well, there's a red up near the baulk line. It's potable into the far right corner. I don't know whether you'd like to play the pot or play safe of it. Looking at it, Willie, I think I'd take the pot on. If he stuns the cue ball to the side cushion, he won't only be leaving the red he's playing.
He's putting topspin on there, so maybe not playing the pot. Well, he did. Got a good white there.
Ricky Walden, 44.
Well, decision time. He has got a couple of safety options, but well, decided on playing the pot, so now he needs a bit of luck. Doesn't want to leave this red. He's already 44 points behind. And he's left a chance of it to the right middle. And you feel if Ricky Walden can pot this, get on a colour, frame over. Yeah, nice pot. Probably elect to play the brown here. I think it gives him a better angle to come down to the business end. He's looking at the yellow, and the yellow's the easier pot, i.e. unmissable, but I don't see it giving him the right angle. He's just got to play a nice precise positional shot here. He's looking down near the top cushion. I mean, to me, somewhere there. I think he can pot this brown, come round off 2 cushions. Well, he's okay as it turns out. Not quite as played, but he'll settle for it. There's no doubt about that. So there you see it, 49 ahead, 75 remaining. Now that the black's been knocked out of commission, 2 reds, 2 colours. Not a formality.
Six.
I bet he's never had to work so hard to score as he has in this frame. He's potted at the moment 10 reds, and the score is only at 50.
I mean, normally you play the brown, but the yellow's in the way of that shot, and so 55. I don't know. Just looking at it, Willie, what do you think? Pot the blue and stun across for the red by the pink? Or maybe he thinks he can avoid the yellow when potting the brown. He was wrong. That was a misjudgment, wasn't it? It was
Well,
so obvious.
your shot blue to red, and with him only needing the red as well.
10.
Now he's, the frame's not safe yet.
Bit of gurning as he pulls his face at that one.
Ricky Walden, 10.
Mm, 54 behind, 67 remaining. Looking at it from Mark Selby's point of view, it's a long way behind the way the balls are situated. Pink's out of commission, black's out of commission at the moment. You make Ricky Walden a good favourite for this frame.
That's a clever shot. Brought 3 reds into play, the black into play. So if he happens to get a chance to get 5 reds, 5 blacks, that's 40 points. He'd still be in the frame. But as you rightly say, where the green and pink are, that Ricky is a strong favourite for this frame.
Nearly went wrong. Just flicking the blue. Not certain if there's a pot on here that will tempt Mark Selby. He knows he can't afford to make another mistake in this frame. Well, in the end, decided to go for it, and it could have cost him the frame. Okay, he's not left anything easy, but this red to the right centre, if he just rolls it in, it'd be on the black. The red and the black would be enough. I see no reason not to play it. It's a frame winner if it goes in. And you can't turn down frame winning opportunities.
The next season?
No. Well, he had to take the risk, as I say, and he wasn't really leaving anything easy for his opponent. Well, this is really getting a bit scrappy now. Ricky Walden only a couple of pots away from winning this frame, but also a long way off the way things are going at the moment. Easy shot this, I mean, just play the red that's near the baulk cushion, play it up and down the table, send it towards these two reds that are near this top cushion. The two reds near the yellow. Don't pot anywhere, there's plenty of safe balls. Don't look for too many difficulties when there aren't any.
Thought Mark might risk bringing more than the yellow into play there, bringing the two reds into play as well. As it happens, he's put Ricky in a little bit of trouble here, but he'll have to bring some sort of red into play. But I wouldn't be worried about bringing reds into play here, John. I mean, you're not too disappointed if Mark knocks a red in where the colours are. I'd want to risk him having a go at a red.
Well, yeah, and there's enough safe balls on the table, isn't there? Those three, for example, near the left middle, so you could play safe off one of these reds near the top cushion.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can be a little bit too careful. Where the balls are is about a 20-1 on chance we're in this frame. So he's just trying to look for too many things that could go wrong.
Yeah, well, his thinking time here is too long, really. There's no need for this. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. It's just that it wasn't a shot that it was imperative that, or difficult to get the ball safe. It was simple. Of course, there was that great line, wasn't it? When Ted Lowe, lovely Ted, when he said there is a time limit for players playing a shot, but nobody knows what it is. Well, I bet that's touching ball. Ooh, it can't be. I'm sure Michaela would have nominated it. Well, he's having a look, see if there's a plant here. Well, if there is, that's very careless from Ricky. Has he left a plant? Well, I'll tell you what, it's not far off, is it? Just shows you, see, by just being that extra little bit careful, I think he's left a plant.
Yeah, the fact that the cue ball's tight on the cushion, he'll do well to swing it round baulk to get on out into open play for brown or blue, but he has left the plant on and he'll take it on. Can he get enough side on to miss the kiss on the brown if he plays it at pace?
Oh well. In the end, it wasn't quite the plant we thought it was. There must have been a little gap in between those two balls. Because normally if you hit it on the right hand side it'd have gone to the left, wouldn't it? If they'd been nearly touching. So just this red and a colour, and Mark Selby will need a snooker.
1.
There's the red, black to follow.
Yeah, she'd like him to pot at least another red though to save Mark coming back to the table, otherwise this frame could take another 20 or so minutes. But he should be able to pot this red now. Cup of tea, I think, will get both these players playing well for the second half. Well, here's the other 20 minutes coming.
Yeah, don't put the kettle on just yet.
Yes, barring snookers though, it will be Ricky Walden who takes a 2-1 lead.
One.
Well, that was a terrific attempt there from Mark, and can he get to this red over the corner? He's looking at it, and I think he can. He's 54 points behind, but there's still 51 left on the table, so that equates to only one snooker needed.
Needs to get onto the black here, John. Not guaranteed, but he's played it nicely.
9.
Perhaps a fraction too hard.
Oh, a flick off the yellow helps.
Oh, didn't see that coming. That's okay.
Yeah, my commentator's eye there coming to the fore.
Yes, it has been a while. Little bit unlucky there, the double kiss. If he hits it half ball, he pushes the red over the left hand corner. And he can't get the snooker in behind the black where the ball is now. I don't think he can hit this and hold behind the black, because the double kiss would be on. And if he plays it half ball, he's going to have to play with a lot of check side, John, isn't he, to straighten it up to go behind the black.
I'm finding it quite odd that he's playing this red. I mean, I'd rather play safe or try and get a snooker off the other red and leave this red here.
Just in case you put red black and then it's an easy snooker.
And then it's an easy snooker.
Why have you never written a book, John?
Marcus Selby, 16.
Anyway, he's got the snooker, but you wouldn't expect Ricky Walden to make a mistake here. Well, he's left this red, but he'll need a good shot to pot it and get a position on the black, which is what he needs. Just working out if he played for the blue. If he played for the blue, he'd need two snookers, so he needs to be on the black.
One.
Well, he's on the black in a fashion. If he doesn't pot this, it's end of frame for certain. In it goes. So his slim hopes of winning this frame are still there.
8.
And there's the snooker. There's the snooker. And, well, the easy way would be to come down the left-hand side of the table as we look, but that's not on.
Oh, would you believe it? And if this is a free ball, we could have a new favourite in a minute.
It's amazing, isn't it, how a frame that never looked likely to go Mark Selby's way, but all of a sudden he's back in it. Needs to be on the black. That cue ball needs to slow up or run on and bounce. Oh, it's just gone in the middle of nowhere. Not what he wanted. And if he doesn't pot the black, he'll need a couple of snookers at least.
Yeah, this is odds against this cutback as well. Oh, go, well played. Well played.
Terrific pot, wasn't it? Well, frame back on, 26 points behind, 27 left on the table.
And the cross double's on here because he gets a good white playing it. Don't know whether he's going to try and stun him behind the black, but that's one option, the cross double on the green if it goes in. No, it's not gone in, but good pace of cue ball.
Marcus Selby, 8.
Well, that was very close to being a brilliant shot. It's still very good. He can play this with a little bit of side. If he gets right in behind the yellow, he'll snooker him back. But he's got to hit the yellow full ball off the cushion.
I don't think there's much chance of that. I expect him to hit the yellow, but he can't get in behind it. Not as much as he would like. I mean, the only way he could do it, you need to impart a lot of right-hand side on the cue ball. Well, that's impossible being so close to the ball cushion. You think differently, do you?
Well, I think you can get a bit of side on it, John. Whether he can get enough on remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Obviously not.
Obviously not.
That's a good shot, though. Whether he played to push the yellow to the right, left-hand side or not, I'm not sure, but he's got it safe.
Well, he's fought hard to stay in this frame, but that is not a good shot. And remember, Ricky Walden just needs the yellow. You see, 26 ahead, 27 remaining. Pot the yellow, go 28 in front, with only 25 left. Well, sometimes this game can just bog you down. I mean, I cannot believe that Ricky has just not got down and knocked this yellow into the middle pocket. It's the yellow for the frame. You don't have to spend a minute over this. There you go. I mean, I know he's got all the mental scars of this frame where his opponent needed a snooker and everything else, but if there's a frame ball on, don't let it get you bogged down this game, otherwise it will come up and bite you. You've got to try and keep some rhythm and keep flowing. So once again, it looks as though Ricky Walden has won this frame. Mark Selby needs a snooker.
I think there's the Watford arrived. The old gap's there. That would have been a tough snooker if he'd have got it tight on the cushion. Yes, Ricky's shot time's up to 34 seconds, which is not his normal game at all. I mean, Ricky's a very, very fluent breakboarder. And as you rightly said on commentary, John, sometimes you can try and be too careful, and that's got to take away from your natural game.
Well, there's a possibility here of a snooker. Across the face of the green, off the side cushion, and trying to get behind the brown. That's my idea. Just a bit pacey. Good effort.
Yes, where the pink is that there's not a lot of problems in running the green over the pocket at the moment, because you don't really mind your opponent. You know, don't blame him for that at all. Let him pot it if he wants, and then it's tough to get a snooker from the brown. Mark, I would imagine, would pot this. I don't know whether he can do anything else. He's running out of balls to snooker behind. Oh, that's end of frame.
Yes, Mark Selby overcut the green, left it. Well, we've got a 40-minute first frame, and now we've got a 36-minute frame this time around. 38 minutes, sorry. But anyway, Ricky Walden won't mind. He leads 2-1.
Thank you. Frame 4, Ricky Walden to break. Settle down now, please.
Ricky Walden breaking off in frame 4, and he'll be delighted to be 2-1 in front. He's not played anywhere near his normal flowing game. So this is a big frame for Mark Selby.
Thank you.
Well, a good pace of cue ball.
That's enough.
Well, that was a very poor safety shot, but, you know, I think he may have got away with it. No, he did get away with it. Mark sort of pushed the pot. It's one of them where you think, I can't believe he's got away with this and I'm going to have a go at this red, but okay, it's covered, but there may be a possibility he could come off the side cushion first and pot this red. That's what we're talking about, just coming off that side cushion and potting the red, and he's done that. And it looks like he's going to be inch perfect on the blue.
Yes, looking at the blue, I'm just trying to see whether there's another red on John, whether he might be forced into playing the black to clear the pocket, but I suppose he could play a cannon into the bunch, but where the pink is, it's not easy to get the balls moving. I was having a glance at the black, but getting onto a red from there is going to be tough. Blue it is. Oh, the bottom one of the bunch must pot, the way he's played that. He can be on the black off the next red.
6. Seven.
Oh, has he had a result? He has. He's held his hand up. He's obviously hit that red and pushed it towards the middle pocket. He didn't play that. He played to get onto the loose red. Just played the cannon into the side of the bunch. There you can see that the red's available.
That's unbelievable, he's on that red, isn't it? And I think he's just got an angle as well. He could play it and run through for the blue. Yeah, there you go. The red he just slipped by before he kissed that one full in the face was the one he wanted to make a contact with. To leave the red into the right corner, but
50.
once he'd done that, he was lucky to have this red, and bonus as well, the pink was available. This is a decent opportunity now to go into the mid-session interval with a 3-1 lead.
$21.
No, he'd like to be low on this black, and he's not. He's unlucky there because he's got a kick which is wide in the angle. If he's been low on the black, he just plays up into the bunch. He's bound to be on the loose thread. The fact that it's kicked has made the white go a little bit wider. Just watch the white bounce here. There it goes, which has took the pace out of the white. So rather than be low on the black, he's now got the angle where he possibly can't get into them. It's a shame that, because he didn't play it badly.
Well, he's on this red to the right corner and just
29.
have a look round, see if there's a plant anywhere. Doesn't look to be one, so leave yourself a good angle on the black.
30.
And, well, I'd have tried to left wing yourself a little bit more angle than that, but if you can just get the cannon right here, if you can just get into that middle red there, I'm sure he'd have choices of reds to the right corner. And of course the red you hit can develop other reds.
Yes, the angle you said he wanted, and I just wonder whether he can get it, can he? He can play that snap into that red. Doesn't look like he's playing it. He's playing the screw back for the loose red on and off the side cushion. I'd be playing your choice, John. That's the one that John's put up, but he's queuing very low. It looks like to play that. No, he did play it. Perhaps a little unlucky. So they've got a lot of cue ball movement now. You'd expect it to get a better cannon than that. That's very unlucky.
Yeah, and even to catch the two reds that were just below. So, oh well. Now that doesn't look on, that plant, but if they're almost touching, that can be made. It's what we call a squeeze. If you got two balls and they're close enough, if you hit the first red on the left hand side, it will push the second red to the right. I think this can be made. I think he can make this plant and be on the black. Just close enough.
Ricky Walden.
Well, he didn't play with a lot of confidence, did he? As the cue ball careers back to the balk end.
Yeah, but John, if you're going to go for the plant, you've got to commit, haven't you? I mean, he's made the plant a lot harder by the pace he's playing it, so he didn't fancy it at all.
No. And at that pace, you're hitting it so hard, you didn't give time for the push. Anyway, he's got a 37-point lead, and the reds are spread far and wide. Mark Selby's going to have to be very careful here, and I think he'll be taking a pot on.
Yeah, I think he's tempted. Plays the run through, on and off the cushion. The black's available, and as long as he finishes near the cushion, he won't leave too much on. Decided to try and play it as a shot to nothing, which made the pot a lot more difficult. If he'd have rolled it in on and off the cushion for the black, what would he have left? Played that with a lot of pace. No straightforward red though for Ricky to play.
Well, as you see, that red went, and he fully committed to it, and he probably thought, as I did, if he knocked it in and got good position on the blue, it'd be a frame winner. It didn't go in, and I think there's a possibility of a red that Mark Selby can cut into that left corner pocket. That's the red. Potted it, and good control of the cue ball. It just needed to come another inch off the top cushion, but that's good enough. Chance to get right back in the frame. Terrific shot this, and when you play that shot you put a trace of left hand side, only a trace, and it checks off that second cushion. Finished nicely on the black. That wasn't the best of, well, it was either not the best of contact, so he was up on out of the shot before he'd even hit the ball, it seemed to me there, Willie.
Yes, I think he was a little anxious, wasn't he? But he's still in good position, especially now that the black's gone in, and albeit he was 37 points behind when he came to the table, he's now favourite to level at 2-2. Got a slightly bad contact
16.
there.
$17.
Well, I don't think anyone could argue if it was 2 each at the midsection interval. I think if Ricky Walden was 3-1 in front, he'd consider it maybe a little bit of a bonus, the way the frames have gone. But they've been hard fought, and neither player has stamped his authority
24.
on them just yet.
Yes, the pot success rate is very low. Usually whoever's leading would be at 90-odd%, so we know that both players are going to have to improve. And whoever did, you could see them taking a stranglehold on this game. Only one break over 50 so far, so neither player has got any sort of form yet. That was dangerous. I thought he'd have played it round 2 cushions rather than check side off 1. End of break.
30.
Yeah, well, like you were with that, I thought he'd have put a bit of right-hand side to come off the baulk cushion and round the other side of the green. He was a little bit too straight on the blue to do much else coming down the middle of the table. Okay, you could say he's very unlucky to nestle on that red, but it's just the way this match has gone so far. The balls are running awkward, the players aren't making the most of the opportunity, and sometimes the balls never forgive you. You get opportunities, and it's just got very bogged down. We certainly hope and expect a lot better after the mid-session interval.
That'll be 30.
Well, that just typifies what's been going on so far in these first 4 frames. That was a very poor shot, that, from Ricky. You just lose your concentration, you see. I mean, neither player wants to get bogged down as they have done in the scrappy frames, and you finish up just losing your concentration. I mean, he's that far from the red. That cue ball should have been tight on the baulk cushion. He's come in and out of baulk, and if Mark Selby knocks this red in, you could see him winning the frame. And it is a fact, Willie, isn't it, sometimes, and we've all had matches where things aren't running well and it's slow and it's laborious, that as a player you get a bit embarrassed, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you come here, especially Mark Selby has come here as defending
9.
champion. He would have liked to have showed a little bit more form early. Ricky Walden had a good one yesterday against Mark King. He would have expected to play better this evening. And I think 2-all, as you rightly said a few moments ago, I think is about the fairest result you could have got after these first 4 frames.
16.
But I must admit, you do get embarrassed if you're not scoring heavily. These people who've come to watch know that both players are capable of making 100 every time they get to the table, but tonight it's just not happened so far.
Yeah, a professional sportsman is pride in performance. I mean, obviously the bottom line is that you want to win the match. But maybe after the interval, as I say, that they'll settle down a little bit. And chance now in potting the pink, just to develop these 2 reds that's just above the pink. And these 3 reds would be more than enough
23.
to win the frame at this visit.
.24.
And I can't see any reason why he won't take them.
.31. 32. 38. 39.
The applause tells you that 32-point lead. Ricky Walden needs a snooker, and Mark Selby will level at 2-all.
.44. .46. .49.
Made a breaks of 40 and 62 and winning the second frame to level the match. He's already made breaks of 30 and 49 and counting and winning this one. Oh, that's a great shot.
53.
That's a fabulous shot. Well, the defending champion not in top form as yet, but certainly getting there. So Ricky Walden, who's got every chance in this match the way that Mark's played so far. Both players know they're going to have to find something in the second half.
64.
I don't know whether Mark's angry or not there, whether he wants him to play the black or not. Decided to play it very, very quickly, and in it goes, the highest break of the match so far. A break of 71 takes Mark Selby into the interval, sharing the first 4 frames.